The Trump presidency presented a unique challenge to Canada, a country long accustomed to a stable and predictable relationship with its southern neighbor. From the outset, Trump's America First agenda signaled a departure from traditional norms, prioritizing American interests even at the expense of long-standing alliances. This shift in approach manifested in a series of policies and pronouncements that directly impacted Canada, testing the resilience of the bilateral relationship and, more significantly, awakening a dormant sense of Canadian nationalism. One of the most consequential actions taken by the Trump administration was the imposition of tariffs on Canadian goods, particularly steel and aluminum. Citing national security concerns, a justification widely viewed as tenuous at best, Trump levied tariffs that disrupted the deeply integrated North American supply chain and threatened thousands of jobs on both sides of the border. Beyond the immediate economic fallout, these tariffs carried a symbolic weight, signaling a willingness to prioritize American interests even at the expense of a close ally. Adding fuel to the fire were Trump's off-the-cuff remarks suggesting that Canada could become the 51st U.S. state. While widely perceived as lacking serious intent, these comments nonetheless struck a nerve, exposing a long-standing undercurrent of concern about American cultural and economic dominance. For many Canadians, Trump's rhetoric served as a stark reminder of their country's vulnerability and the importance of safeguarding its sovereignty. The cumulative effect of these actions was to cast a pall over the Canada-US relationship, injecting an element of uncertainty and distrust that had been absent for decades. The close ties that had long bound the two countries together, from trade and investment to shared values and cultural exchange, were strained as never before. As the two nations navigated this turbulent period, it became clear that the relationship would need to adapt to new realities. The resilience of both countries was put to the test, and the future of their partnership hung in the balance.
Canada's response to the challenges posed by the Trump administration was marked by a combination of pragmatism and a resolute defense of its national interests. The Canadian government had to navigate a complex landscape, balancing the need to protect its economy while maintaining a strong bilateral relationship with its southern neighbour. On the economic front, Canada retaliated against US tariffs with targeted measures of its own, imposing duties on a range of American goods. These actions were carefully calculated to minimize harm to Canadian consumers, while sending a clear message to the US administration. This reciprocal strategy, though essential for protecting Canadian industries and workers, highlighted the deep economic ties between the two nations and the risk of shared financial hardship. The Canadian government aimed to maintain a balanced and strategic approach in its responses. Beyond these reactive measures, Canada embarked on a proactive strategy aimed at reducing its economic dependence on the United States. This included diversifying trade partnerships and seeking new markets for Canadian goods and services. The Buy Canadian campaign, launched by the government, local communities and individuals, encouraged consumers to prioritize Canadian-made products. This initiative fostered national solidarity and provided a crucial boost to domestic businesses. It received widespread support from both consumers and businesses alike. This initiative, coupled with efforts to eliminate interprovincial trade barriers, was designed to strengthen Canada's internal market and reduce reliance on a single trading partner. In light of vulnerabilities revealed by US tariffs, federal and provincial governments accelerated measures to enhance trade between provinces. By Canada Day on July 1st, 2025, policymakers aimed to ease restrictions, enabling Canadian businesses to operate more seamlessly and bolstering the nation's economic resilience. The cultural response to the Trump presidency was equally significant. Canadians found themselves reflecting on their own values and identity in contrast to the shifting political landscape in the United States. Canadians, long accustomed to viewing themselves as culturally aligned with their American neighbours, experienced a renewed sense of national identity. This period saw a resurgence in Canadian pride and a re-evaluation of what it means to be Canadian. Public figures like comedian Mike Myers urged Canadians to stand tall and proud, reinforcing a cultural shift towards self-reliance and national pride. From viral social media campaigns to the revival of classic Canadian symbols, this period saw a renewed embrace of what it truly means to be Canadian.
As nationalism surged across Canada, political parties found themselves compelled to confront these growing sentiments directly. The public's increasing demand for policies that prioritized national identity, economic self-sufficiency, and reduced dependence on foreign influences, particularly the United States, reshaped the political landscape. Campaigns across the spectrum, from progressive to conservative, began emphasizing themes of Canadian sovereignty, resource independence, and domestic industry protection. Regardless of ideology, political leaders were forced to reconsider Canada's long-term direction. This shift led to policy debates on trade agreements, foreign investments, and economic policies aimed at reinforcing Canadian autonomy. As a result, nationalism became more than just a political talking point. It emerged as a driving force in shaping the nation's future.
The Trump era served as a wake-up call, prompting Canadians to reassess what truly defines their national identity. It was about reaffirming Canada's independence and long-term interests. The policies and rhetoric emerging from the Trump administration acted as a catalyst, sparking discussions on sovereignty, economic self-sufficiency, and the unique role Canada plays on the global stage. This period encouraged a deeper reflection on what it means to be Canadian, reinforcing a renewed sense of national pride and a determination to chart an independent path forward.
President Trump's trade policies served as a stark reminder for Canadians, prompting a deeper reflection on how to strengthen and protect the economy. The unpredictable nature of those policies, along with the increasing protectionism from the U.S., highlighted vulnerabilities in Canada's reliance on foreign trade. For many, it was a wake-up call, forcing a rethink of the long-term sustainability of such dependencies. As a result, Canadians began to place more emphasis on supporting local businesses, with many choosing to buy Canadian-made products over imported goods. This shift sparked a broader movement toward economic policies that prioritize national self-sufficiency, resilience, and innovation. There was an amplified call for policies that not only safeguarded Canadian industries but also incentivized the growth of homegrown sectors, from technology to manufacturing, reducing the nation's exposure to external shocks and trade disruptions. This growing national pride and economic self-interest signaled a pivot towards bolstering domestic industries and diversifying Canada's economic base.
In conclusion, even after Trump's presidency, his policies and controversial remarks, like suggesting Canada become the 51st state, have left a lasting impact. His rhetoric, aimed at undermining Canada's sovereignty, ironically united Canadians in defending their national identity and independence. This rise in national pride could significantly shape Canada's future, influencing trade policies, international relations, and the cultural narrative for years to come. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the related video on your screen for more fascinating content. Explore our channel for even more exciting videos. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Globe Gazette for more incredible stories. Your support means everything to us. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.